Moonlight for two has some pretty great music in it. The narrative itself is not so bad. This is a Merrie Melodies cartoon from 1932, directed by Rudolf Ising, and it stars the character of Goopy Geer. I've seen a couple of Goopy Geer cartoons. I think there are a couple more I need to watch, but I don't dislike the character. I have nothing against the character, but I don't find him that interesting. But in this particular cartoon, he is dancing with this female character, and everything seems to be going well. And then they end up at a barn dance, and there's some beautiful music there. She'll be coming around the mountain features quite heavily, which is a pretty catchy tune, and I think it works very well. The music's blended together really nicely. The music's by Frank Marcellite. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. Apologies if not. And that's quite nice. And eventually, a villainous character comes along, kind of very stereotypical, taller than the other characters, really sharp teeth, gun in his hand, threatening to take the girl away. And Goopy does what he can to stand up and make sure that doesn't happen. Pretty classic narrative that works quite well. The only thing that I think didn't work is that after maybe 3 or 4 minutes, the narrative just kind of stopped, and it was just literally everybody dancing. There were some visual gags, but nothing that I found to be that entertaining. So a good minute or so of this, I thought they could have removed and not lost anything, and for me, not lost any humour. Still kept the narrative going and made it just a little bit tighter and a little bit neater. But it's a minor thing. It's not necessarily something wrong with it, but definitely for me, room for improvement. But it was interesting enough. Goopy Geer, as I said, is not exactly a character I love, but he was interesting enough. The narrative's nothing unique, but it worked quite well. Never ever going to be my favourite Warner Brothers cartoon, but if you're a fan of Merrie Melodies or of Goopy Geer and you haven't seen this, then I'd say Moonlight for Two is definitely worth checking out at least once.